I honestly did not think that we would see this city ever again. With all the recent updates to City Skylines 2 that added official asset support, a lot of modded things are broken, which is to be expected. With every update, we need a lot of patience for mods to update. But with official asset support being added, I honestly thought it would be the end for any cities that use the old way of adding assets. But here we are. The modders have done it again and everything is working. And we have a lot of work to do in our city to bring things up to standard, and I'm going to briefly run through how you can use Skyve to make sure you can also get your own cities up and running again. So, I'm glad to say that if you are as happy as I am to see the return of my British build, please leave a like on the video, and then grab a cup of tea, sit back and relax as we dive into, oh, I'm saying it again, Kettlewick. So yes, here we are in Kettlewick. It's loaded, it's working. The bug that we had with the bike lane, I've just noticed a grey building over there. We'll come back to that in a moment. The bug we had with the bike lane, that was fixed in the last asset update. And yeah, things have changed. There's an official asset pipeline now, which you have to use to get your assets into the game, or which, you know, that's what everybody will do now. So a couple of mods eventually won't be needed anymore. If you see this in your game, this is something that I'm quite glad that City Skyline 2 does it this way. If this was City Skylines 1, this would probably kill the save, because what would happen from time to time, I'm not saying that's happened in this case, but what would happen was the person who made, oh yeah, don't look at all that, the person who made this asset, if they removed it from the Steam Workshop, 9.9 times out of 10, you would not load your save again and it was dead. So a lot of creators used to download to a local folder all the assets that they were using. Oh, that's an auto save. I'll have a quick sip of tea. Yeah, they would save, and I would, you know, gigabytes and gigabytes of assets to a local folder. So if anything was removed from the Steam Workshop, we could still keep our long-running saves going. Now, you'll see a grey box like this. This is, I think, an asset problem rather than something missing. I'm just not going to necessarily fix that today, but I'll show you what I do on Skyve, and then we're going to come back in the city and take a look at all this. But if we just close that up for now, but yeah, everything's running. I'm moving around, I'm getting a decent FPS, although it's a little bit chuggy because there's so much going on. The game's not updating itself. A few things were changed in the last patch, and yeah, it always takes a bit of a while for the game to update, but we'll come back to these in-game things in a moment. Let me just get my Skyve up on the screen and I will show you what to look for to help you get your saves running as well. Okay, here we go. This is my Skyve as of recording version 1.1.8. When you load Skyve, if there's an update, it will show in this little box in the corner, so always keep an eye out for that when you start. So I've got a lot of profiles here. I've got my Kettlewick profile. This is one I use, which is just like a vanilla sort of thing. All it's got in it is the mod packs, and I think I probably added some more things. But normally I just have, oh, it's this one here, just the region packs, not much else, just to get the game going when there's been updates. And this is my new Tealand one. So we have active at the moment the Kettlewick 1.5. I will share this on the Discord after recording this video. So what I do then is I go into the content of this playset, and up the top left here, top right, I change that to compatibility report, and then, it's going a little bit slow, and then I click that button there until we get these symbols up the top. So any mods that are broken, I remove them. So I untick that box. They stay in the playsets, but they're not loaded when the game loads. So I can also look at these and think extra landscaping tools, removing that isn't going to kill my city. If you're not sure, you can click on it and you can read the information in here. If a mod is a difficult one to remove, the mod maker will normally put that in there and say be careful because of this and that. So you do need to individually read the mods that you're just deselecting for that game session that you're doing, just to make sure it's not going to break your save, because if you do that, load the game, you get a crash. Yeah, it leads to things like that. This one we're waiting for an update. I know there's another version of it out there. It's not compatible with this one. I'm just waiting for C2V MTLE. I know they've got another name. I can't think what it is. I'm waiting for them to update this one with some new stuff. So we're going to go with that. OSM export. Yeah, you can remove that. That's no problem. Asset update mod. Yeah, that's like an old one. Hasn't been updated for a long time. Then you get down to the warnings. Now, quite often with these, it's because they will work often, but there could be a problem. So if you want to find out what the warning is, I think I'll just click on warning there, but I tend to go in here, go to compatibility, and it will tell you up here. It was recently updated, so it maybe hasn't been checked, but you should be okay. That's generally the sort of thing with the warning. So most of I've left that one in because I use it. These other warnings, I've just removed them because I don't need them. Doesn't make a huge difference to things, so I'll just remove them and see what happens. Again, with cautions, it might be a similar thing. So we'll go in here, multiple reports for it. So, you know, this information can change, but I would go in and just check each one that's got a caution, and then you decide whether, one, you're happy to use it, two, if you're not going to use it, and untick it. Just do a bit of research to see whether that's going to break your save or not. Other than that, all these mods have all been updated. As I said, this list is going to go on my Discord, so you can drop it into your Skyve, and yeah, everything's working. That's basically what I do to check and to make sure that my game's working. Then I click up here, I load the game and see what happens. And then basically just wait for your game to load. And it took a lot longer this time because this is the first time I've loaded up since the change to the asset manager. Depending on the speed of your PC, oh my goodness, the traffic, the speed of your drive that all your assets are on, all this sort of thing. It took me like 45 minutes to run the loading process. I just needed to have some patience and it got sorted. So that is basically what I've done, and we're here. So what can we do to fix up the city? Let's just take a look at what problems are facing us and what we can do about it. So problem number one, we've got traffic in a few places that could be leading to the waiting for a hearse. The traffic might be being caused because this is still running through the changes, the updates to the game right back from when we had the bike update, because I never got a chance to run the city through that properly because it kept crashing. So that's the main thing. So the traffic, which could be having these knock-on effects. Now this one here, these high resource costs, let's just pop over here. This will be a separate thing because this isn't anything to do with, you know, things physically being delivered to the property. This is literally whatever they need to do their job is costly. So here we go. They require beverages. It sells entertainment. It's a pub. Mock and do, as we know. So beverages are expensive. So what I tend to do then for this problem is I would just sort of take a look around and see, generally speaking, is it the same resource? Is it a few resources? So textiles in there. And these ones pop up quite often, don't they? Let's have a look at this one over here. So these are the places where they're selling these to the end user. So textiles again. Let's have a look. Let's just pick one more over here. This is like a mixed use residential type situation. So we've got a shop, textiles again. Okay, so we're seeing a repeating pattern here. We could just click on those icons, couldn't we? Yeah, these are all shops over here. So what's that one? Yeah, textiles, textiles, textiles. Okay. So we can see textiles and beverages seem to be an ongoing issue. So we're going to remember that. But then when you come over to the industrial estate over here, well, this will be different because some of these will be making textiles, but they need to get products to make those. So what products are they struggling with? So that one's struggling with metals and steel. That one's metals and steel, metals and steel. We're seeing a bit of a pattern here. Metals and steel, metals and plastic. So I'm assuming it's the metals that are possibly the problem. Metals, 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 metals. Okay, so we've got an obvious thing that we need to look at. Oh, what was that one there? That was a bit different. So petrochemicals there. Okay, but I think the metals is the one that we're going to take a look at. And what's this one over here? Timber. Okay, fair enough. So what can we do to help with that? Well, let's dive into our city economy and see what the information tells us. Okay, let's dive in here. So we're making money, as you can see, lots of money coming into the city, which is excellent. So again, we're looking at this production one. Very briefly, if you haven't seen this before, let's just pick the timber one. This top section tells you what the bottom section means. That's all that is. So we know we're in the wood one. Wood comes from forestry. It comes from outside. If we have a deficit, we will import that in, and then it's used for various items and the surplus is sold. So it's telling us here that we're getting everything from forestry. That's the blue. This one here is the manufacturing, the processing, I should say, so heating. In this case, it's going via industry, being turned into lumber. And then a load of extra is being sold. That's how that works. So metals was one of the problems, wasn't it? So if we look at metal ore, we have a huge deficit. There's nothing that we're producing locally. It's all shipping in from the outside, being processed into, what is that at the end over here? Metals, yeah, of course. Metal ore into metals makes sense. That's why it's costing so much. It's all coming in from the outside. Could we do something about that? We will check. The other thing, if we go a little bit further down, it's textiles and beverages. Do they have a connection? Well, let's have a look in here. So, okay, we've got grain here, as we can see. We've got carrots going through the industry, being turned into beverages to the people. Got a bit of a deficit here, which is being used to go to this one here, which is entertainment. So maybe we could help with that. But overall, I mean, that's not looking too bad. The textiles, again, we've got quite a big deficit there, haven't we? So what this is, the deficit is in this column. So we've got enough items. This is how I understand it. But to manufacture it, we haven't got enough businesses to do it. I think that's what it is. So yeah, and then the other one, well, that was it, wasn't it? The beverages. Let's have another look at the beverages again. Oh, if I just scroll straight past it, there it is. Yeah, it's this, the manufacturing side of things is causing a problem. Okay, that makes sense. So any deficit is going to increase the cost. Well, let's concentrate on the one which is the metals, which is the ore. So we're shipping in all of the ore. Now, I'm pretty sure we haven't got any metal ore. Well, we haven't, have we? We've just seen it's a complete deficit in our city. So where could we do something about that? Let's have a look at our natural resources. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to turn off the wood, the land fertility, the oil, and the fish population. So we've only got the ore. Do we have places where we've got ore, where we could get ore in our city? We've got a lovely little spot here right by the airport. That could be good, because I don't really want to buy any other squares just yet. Our castle is literally sitting on an ore mine. I mean, if someone was to sell that castle, if they were allowed to, they could knock it down. There would be ore for days. And then there's a little bit down here, but that is all built over Muller's Corner. What is going on here? So this is like a wood area. Well, we could maybe remove that and turn that into ore mining. Where's that one there? Colossal ore. So we do have some ore. Extracting coal. Oh, okay, fair enough. Yeah, so maybe that farm will go. That could be interesting. And then let's go back to this one here. Oh, got to turn all these off again. Ding, ding, and ding. There we go. And then as we get further down, that is outside the city limits. Well, I'll tell you what, maybe, why don't we concentrate on this one up here? And is there something that we could set up that's in the new supply chains that could help us with that? So for those of you that watch my new Tealand video, we've got this nice little diagram here, which can help us with the little production chains that we've got in this pack. So this first column's industry. This next column is either commercial or industry. This one is an upgrade to the first building and then an office on the last one. So if we come down here, we've got this little route that we're going to take through here. Industry building, another industry building. This is an upgrade to that one and then an office at the end. So what I'm going to do is have a little time lapse and I'm going to add these buildings in to help us with our ore production. But that all came to a grinding halt. To actually place the first building in this production chain, it says metal or goods produced 0 out of 2,500. Okay, we'll just use the built-in standard without the pack games way of doing that, which is in specialized industry and this stuff here. There we go, nothing too complicated, just covered the entire area with what we need. So we need, metal ore, which is starting to do some, and metal ore here. And then very soon, that should, there we go, 264 out of 2,500. Yep, I'll let that run for a bit while I go and grab some lunch, and then we'll sort this stuff when we get back. Well, that was extremely quick. I literally just opened the production thing, as you can see in the background, just to see whether this has changed, and it's already unlocked the blast furnace, which is very odd. Let's just quickly double check that. But I haven't had lunch yet, by the way. I'm still starving hungry. Yeah, it's unlocked it. Okay. Let's go back to here, see if it's updated. It hasn't updated. If I'm missing something, do you know what? I just don't care. I'm just going to move on, and we can now add these other items. But I still need lunch. Back in a sec. Right, so as we can see, this is processing that into metals, and then it won't be very long before this one's unlocked. We need 10,000 to get the casting fabricator. There you go. 5 seconds later, that has unlocked. I don't think that is too big a building. Could we fit that in here? That is like the perfect... What is that snapping up against? Can't be snapping up against the railway line, surely. Let's just pop it in and see. Yeah, it's not snapping up against anything. It's got no road access. Okay, I don't know what was going on there. Can we just snap that up against this parking road here? There we go. And it all becomes part of the same complex. That is what we want. And then after that, we can then go into here and upgrade this. Once we hit 50,000 metal or goods produced. And it's just interesting, if we check out the progression here, even with all of these on all of that ore in the ground, if we go into here, so we're only making almost 100 tons. We're still short just over 400 tons. So a lot of that is still going to be a deficit coming in from outside the city. But these new buildings we're adding is adding to this here, the processing speed. So yeah, just to keep that in mind, I think we might need some more of these over some more ore. And as we're producing a lot more wood than we know what to do with, I'm afraid in Muller's Corner here, this is going to go, and we're going to fill up this area. There we go. That's not going to be a huge amount. A little bit of parking out there as well, but it will help. I don't really want to build outside of the tiles that we own already, so we'll let that tick away for a little bit. Oh my goodness. And then finally, what I'm also going to do is in our taxation, I'm just going to lower the tax to 0 on anybody that is producing the metals, just to try and help out. So they can hopefully make those things a little bit quicker. And then also on our industries up here, what were they actually producing? A lot of these were producing machinery, weren't we? Yeah. So if we drop the taxation on that as well, then hopefully that will help both. Electronics, machinery is here. There we go. So they can just be a little bit more profitable. Oh, there we go. Look, barely a few minutes later, we've got the foundry upgrade, which we can just add on there as well. Yeah, I have seen this train station. It isn't working. We'll sort that later. Excellent. And then the last building, which I think might have just automatically given us access to, is one of these in the office. Am I missing it? Oh, it's this one here. Steel building. So we need 100,000 metal or goods produced. So that's probably going to take 5 minutes as well. While we're waiting for that, I want to look at a couple of assets that I've downloaded from the asset store. Let's just move over here, which I really want to show you. So this first one here is the McDonald's restaurant by Grunny. I think this is just an absolutely amazing asset. I'm not going to place it here. Just want to have a quick look at it. It looks really, really cool. And I'm just thinking, actually, where is a good sort of main road area where people would stop to get their McDonald's as they were coming through the city, but also they could drive to it if they wished and not sit in a load of traffic. Let me just find a good spot for it. There's traffic everywhere. Oh, I think this will be good. Refreshers Park. It's off the main sort of motorway that's going through, and you can drive in here. Plenty of parking. And what's that building there? That's the switch on. So I'm just wondering whether we could just squeeze that in here. We just sort of, how big is this again? It's not too big, is it? If we just sort of change a few things here, that could be good. Let's just barge that along a little bit and see how far we can go without that being an issue. Yeah, that's good. And then could we just pop that up against the parking road there? Oh, we can. So you get some nice parking. We could add some more parking as well. Let's pick a pic of this. Yep, excellent. Thank you. We could come right. Oh, we've got parking built in there, haven't we? And we've got parking built in there, but you'd go in to get to that. No, that's fine. That's okay. So there's a fence in between. We'll just add this extra parking on the outside in case you need it. And then why not a little walking path so you can get from one part to the other from the pedestrian road. Excellent. So let's just have a look at this asset. This is absolutely perfect for a McDonald's in your city, even on a rainy day. And the details as well. Let's actually pop into this mode. There we go, because now I can get even closer. And this is why City Skylines 2 is so much better, because you can use high-res textures like this, and it doesn't just tank your game. I mean, you know, you've still got to have a decent PC to run it. It's a modern game after all. But all the posters have got all the details on. And you can read it all. It is fantastic. I love it. Well done, Grunny. And Grunny has also made some other items as well, which we will be adding that are perfectly going to fit our UK city, but I'm going to need to reload to grab those. But yeah, there we go. That's the first one. And there we go. It's just unlocked. So excellent. Let's grab that then. What do we need to be in? Offices. Here it is. Still building. So I do want to have that in this area with this stuff going on here, or maybe nearby, just to sort of look like it's been an upgrade to their development. Could I add that on here? That's going to overlap too much, I think. Let's pop it in. I mean, that is a big factory. It's right by. If I punch that over, like right up to the corner, something like that. So they've gone, yeah, we're making tons of money. Let's build a huge office block. I'm just thinking of the poor people that work in that office block with that smoke right outside their window. Yeah, let's find a better place. And, oh yeah, look, it's right by the airport. What are these things growing up right by the airport? I mean, come on, all manufacturing, please don't do that. Yeah, well, I'll find a way to remove those. Let's stick this office somewhere else. Yeah, I think down here it will be fine. I know we've got a little field here, but I'm just going to leave that as it is. There we go. We're going to do that. We're going to grab this. We're going to say maneuver yourself down to here. Have it facing the other way. Be good. I want it like that. There we go. This isn't all smoky. That's fine. Yep, I think that's fitting in well. What does that actually do for us? Let's just take a look. So yeah, that's just software and financial. Okay, cool. So hopefully now that will all start going down. That's including metals as well. Yeah, we'll see what happens. We might have to add more ore in, but I'm going to just let that run now. I'm probably going to just do a game reload so we can get some of the other new assets in, and then we'll take a look at the traffic and the waiting for hearse issues that are just building up everywhere. And here we go. Just rebooted the game and we've unlocked a new signature building, which is great. And again, this is made by Grunny. So we're going to take a look at that and find a good place to put this one in. So this also has the benefit of a -1% import cost citywide, which is going to be fantastic for our city, plus 1.5 well-being within 1.5 kilometers. And if you read the little blurb above, it says many store signs are available through the extension system. So another great way to use the upgrade systems. We can choose some well-known supermarket brands. So I'm trying to sort of look around and ascertain where would be a good place to build this. So if we sort of look over here at T-Chest, of course, we've got this huge town centre of all the old shops and things, which really would serve everybody that lives in this area. Down here, we don't have really, I don't think, any commercial. We have a little bit. We've got a few rows of shops here, but there's a lot of people living in this area. So we've got like nearly 1,000 there. We've got Garnet Junction. What? Is that not showing any people living here? Am I missing something? I don't know. Am I clicking on the wrong thing? Anyway, whatever. And Cedarbrook, we've got 1,200. We've got another 1,000 there. We've got quite a few thousand people that live in that area. And then we've got this area over here. So Mulberry Crescent is huge. 4,000 odd people in there. We do have a very small sort of shopping area here. It's not that big, and we're going to be expanding over here more as well. And of course, we've got Thornton Estates. That's got like another 4,000 odd. So yeah, I think this little spot here, access to the main road, access to this little roundabout, this would be absolutely perfect for a supermarket. All right, we're going to add a road onto here. It's got built-in parking. So if we can just sort of go out like 90 degrees. There we go. Oh, I've got it. There we go. 90 degrees. Excellent. Then we're going to change that to an asymmetrical road going in there. And then I'm just thinking we might sort of set it off the side. Yeah, and then we can run roads around the back. Or should we go this? Oh, this could be good. This will be what people see. Oh, didn't place. What happened there? Let's try that again. Don't tell me it's not unlocked. It is unlocked. Okay, well, I'm going to anarchy that in. There we go. Excellent. That's really cool. So let's just take a look at this building. So like it said, plenty of parking, which is good. Nice little entrance down here to get inside. Oh, I like the little detail inside as well. Very good. Oh, what? Rotating doors? No way. Let's just go into this mode so we can take a little look inside. Fantastic. Fantastic ideas with the animations. I like that. I wonder how far inside this building we can go. Anything behind the wall? Are we gonna? No. Okay, well, we'll just back away from that. Don't worry. Excellent. Really good, really good. And then round the back as well. I think it said, yep, it's got access round here for the delivery area. And it's had stuff delivered to it as well already. Looking very nice. Okay, so let's just have a look at the upgrades that this gives us. Oh, it's got a load on here. So what have we got? Audi, Carrefour. I've never heard of that one. Oh, okay. Across Europe, Latin America, parts of Asia. I see. Luxembourg and France. French hypermarket, French supermarket chain, Lidl. Well, we have that in this country as well. Super U, France, Australian, Woolworths. We used to have lots of Woolworths here in the UK. So if I add that on, does it like just change the branding? Oh, it's going to add a sign up there. Well, I'll tell you what, this would absolutely be. Let's pop Audi on there. And yeah, there we go. Look, it's got the Audi sign on there. Fantastic. So I'm assuming I can change that. So if I picked one of these, oh, it would go on as well. But if we went down here, we can take the Audi off. Oh, that is just so clever. So Audi, I think it would be. We've got Lidl as well. There we go, which adds a couple of signs on. I think we're going to add a Lidl over here. Why not? And that's, yeah, people that are going through the city, sitting in the traffic jams can use that as well if they want. Fantastic. There's another thing as well that's going to help with our trash that's been added. So is this waste collection centre? I'm not going to place it here, but we'll have a quick look at that. So this is basically one of those where you'd go up and park and chuck all your bottles in a bottle bank, or your clothes, you know, to be used in, what's the word I'm looking for? In charity homes, things like that. That's not the right word. I think you know what I mean. But yeah, I think that'll be excellent. It's also got 4 garbage trucks that will go out, so it will do some waste collection, but it's the look of it I like that really fits in with our UK city. We need to find a little spot for that. I'm just sort of looking over here at some of these gaps we've got and just wondering, let's see. I'm thinking this little spot here could be perfect. How large is it? Yeah, so we could actually have a road coming up here. A little bit set back from, let's do this a bit different. It doesn't have to be square, does it? So if I went in like that, that could be good. Then we could just add a very small roundabout in there. If I try and place it against that, it's not going to go, is it? Oh, it will. It will just... Do I want to change the angle a bit? I don't know. Let's just put it as it fits and have a look. Oh, that is not too bad, actually, with the... Don't quite like the surface underneath. So let me just remove that. This is the surface that's sort of built into the map. Yeah, look, if I try and delete that, let's see how big that surface is. Yeah, it goes all the way up around the top and it goes all the way down to this. Yeah, okay, it's gone. There we go. That's good. That's... Whoa, autosave. Thank you. That is much, much better. I think I'm just going to jiggle with the position of this a little bit. There we go, hidden by the trees, but at the end of this road you've got access in there to do all your recycling. Just have a quick look at this. So yeah, different spots where you can chuck over the items. We've got places exactly like this all around the UK. And then this section around the outside where it's down lower, that's where the trucks would come round, and you'd have the guys that sort all the stuff for you. Chuck all your wood in there. Sure, they've got a bottle bank and stuff for clothes collection and things as well. Excellent, really good. Okay, so let's actually hit some of the problems that we've got going on here. I'm just going to have a look at the traffic and see whether there's any little tweaks. Now, I know what's probably causing most of this is we don't have the traffic light mod at the moment. And again, I know there are other versions of it, but I'm waiting for the official one. And I think that's just sort of like brought our traffic down to a standstill. Although a lot of the places are roundabouts. So... I mean, this is all coming in and out of our bus station, so I'm wondering whether this is something we're going to be able to fix or not until we get that mod back. We could have a look at our waiting for hearses just to see if they are all stuck in traffic. So we go into here. We can see them moving around because there's no traffic in this area and they're coming, well, that's the hospital, isn't it? So it's these ones we're looking, where are they coming from? So down here, the crematorium, which has got plenty of space and gathering. What we could do is we could actually upgrade some of these then, if they've got some space. So that's going to add processing speed we don't need. Another 5 hearses would be good. We could just pop that off the back of the parking. That's what I want to do there. Excellent. Would have been nice if it removed the trees, but I'm removing the surfaces instead. There we go. That's fine. They can get in and out of there. Very good. Hopefully that will help a little bit. Where else is there? So hospital, loads of hospitals. Oh, here's another UK parish church. It's probably already upgraded to the max. Yeah. So over this side, what have we got going on? So we could add some more there. This will be the parish church again. Yeah. And then we've got up the top here. That's another parish church with all the upgrades. That's another crematorium. Select operating districts. So the districts that one is doing is in the middle here as well, isn't it? Yeah, okay. Well, let's upgrade these then and just see if we can help a little bit. So if we add... There we go, so we can see what we're doing. This one, space for more hearses. Will that just go onto the back of that? Yes, it will. Excellent. I could even add 2. We could have 2 garages there, although it's getting into the river. Let's just leave it to the 1 then. So I'm wondering whether we've got another bigger crematorium type thing that we can add on that will be really helpful to us. Let's just have a look through here. Yeah, so really the only ones that are going to fit in here, let's just hover over here. So we've got the Dutch one, which I think looks absolutely fine. That's got 18 hearses. And then we've also got the small cemetery, which has got 8 hearses. So it's a very small one. So I don't think that's going to just solve all of our problems, but we could probably, I'm assuming, squeeze some of those in, and then we'll take a look at the traffic as well. So I'm thinking just along here from where the supermarket is would be great. We've got this big connector road that goes through here, adds straight onto the motorway that goes through the city, and we need a lot of help over here. There's a lot of people living in there. So if we could utilize a bit of this space, and I'm thinking we might just put both of these down. That's the wrong category. So if we take this one and we just sort of back that up to there, let's turn anarchy off. So it's going to get rid of all of those trees. So we're going to go like that. Well, it sort of got rid of like 3 trees. Very helpful. Thank you very much. And then we'd have a road connected to that, which would then continue along a bit. Don't worry, I can see that it's not connected properly because I was going to go like this and just turn that into there. That is definitely becoming a roundabout. There we go. Excellent. So that's got all the connection. I'll get rid of those in a minute. And then we could add... what is that? Oh, that's another cemetery as well. So that's the Dutch one. Oh, that's that huge modular one. No, we're not going to go for that. But this one right next to it could be quite good. So let's go with that. Let me just remove the trees. There we go. I think those go together really, really well. That's really good. So what have we got options here? Separate covered car park, additional space for hearses. Oh, and I think this is something that we can just add. I'm going to add 3 more. So each of those gives us 10 more hearses. That's 30 more hearses going out into that complex. This one also has extra storage capacity, additional burial lot. What does that look like? Oh, I see. Okay, very good. And then a small columbarium, which is more capacity. So we could add those a little bit later if we wanted. I'll tell you what I am going to do is just add a little row of trees along the back just because of the noise that we're going to get from there. There we go. I think that fits in there well. What I didn't realise is these are actually garages you can see in the top. So we can see all the hearses parked there. And I've not set those to a particular area. So I should have done that first of all. What I'm going to do is I'm going to set you as the areas that are right nearby that I know you can get to easily, which is this one. And then I'm going to do the same for here as well, there and there. And then I think what we'll do is once that's cleared up, then we'll move you over to the next area and the next area and sort of go through like that and see if that helps. I want to add another one in here somewhere as well. We've got an autosave going on. This little bit of land here looks quite good, but there's no access to the road. Here's a good piece of road that goes through and then turns into a bus road, but they can get access to all of this, and it's a nice riverside area as well. So I think that would be really good. So let's go for this one. Nope, it was this one. Yeah, excellent. And we'll just place that along here. And again, we might just do the same thing and just place one of each, and then we can upgrade it. And yeah, add a load of hearses in as well. Might just need a little bit of work on the slopes and stuff, but we'll do that. Oh yeah, not quite enough room for that one in there. Well, that's okay. We'll stick with this. And then we're going to add 1, 2, 3. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the Move It mod to say, if you could grab all of this for me, and then with Control H, set it to the same size as that, and I'll get rid of the trees, and that's another 10, 20, 30. What was in here? 18, something like that? I can't remember. Oh, here we go. 48, 58, 78 hearses. Oh, that's probably all together, isn't it? 48 hearses. Yep, excellent. Oh, and area. You are going to do, yep, Teachester. Yep, the River Tees. Cedarbrook doesn't need it, but you're going to cover that anyway. Kettlewick Tea Academy. So hopefully now that'll take care of this side. Oh, no more hearses needed over here. Let me just move those somewhere else to help. And while they're working away at doing that, I think I am going to have to add in some more ore mining down this way. We've got this huge swathe, and it's all in side, this like river area. So if I can just get a road over the top and take care of that, I just think that's really going to help us, because we've still got, as expected, a huge deficit of the, there we go, metal ore. So I want to get, yeah, another 419 tons. It would just be so much cheaper. There we go. Popped a little bit of industry around there as well. Oh, they need access to power and water. I'll sort that out. But I'm going to leave that running for a bit and see if that makes a dent. Oh, this has really helped. If we pop into our production, and we'll come back to the textiles in a moment. Have a look here. There we go. That was like 400 and something odd. Now it's down to 159. That is definitely going to help. I was looking at the textiles because there's something we can do to help that as well. As we said, it's the manufacturing that's actually the problem. We seem to be making enough of all the things that we need. Although if we increase the manufacturing, that might change. But what we can do is, if we go into our pack over here, supply chains, there is the athletic wear factory, which I believe will help us out. I want to sort of add that into Refreshers Park over here, and we could just add that onto the back of this car park. I want to leave a bit of space. So if we sort of go at an angle like that, we can build around that. But let's just take a look at what that is doing, or once we get somebody in there. Yes, taking cotton, producing textiles, and that is the thing that everybody's short on. And this one, if we just look about plus 5% industrial efficiency, we are going to add that on immediately as well, and then do a little bit of work on this surroundings of this building. Yeah, there we go. That fits in there well, and hopefully that is going to help the manufacturing. Just looking at how much they're going to be doing. So 78.35 tons a month. How much of a difference that is going to make. Oh, there we go. A little auto save. Yeah, we'll just have to keep an eye on that and come back to that in a bit. Okay, well, let's just tackle a couple of traffic hotspots. So we've got this area here right by where the supermarket is, and this is sort of like the inner, I mean, it's not really a bypass, is it? But the inner motorway that's going through, or an A road, we could call it something like that. At some point, we are going to put a humongous motorway bypass around all of this. But there's cars that just want to go straight on, and it's just blocking up everything here. Access for all the, there's a lot of hearses in there. Yeah, it's making a big problem for this on this roundabout. So I'm thinking, can we run a little lane off of here, up over the top, and join again on the other side? I think that would be good. Let's just see what we could do. So we've got the sound barriers here, haven't we? So if I take that off of there for now, that'll be good. Then we want to go up an extra lane. So that is just a 2-lane highway, isn't it? Let's just pick a pick of that. Yeah, two lane one-way highway. That's good. Which is this one here. So if we go up to 3, there we go. We get extra lane off, and then we could do the same over here for our extra lane back in again. Yeah, we can't go there. And then we just want a single one of these. This, I'm not quite sure. I think what we're going to do is turn off all the snapping, and we're going to go underground. So if I just go here first and go like that, let's just see how this works out. I'm trying to keep it as close as possible to everything else that's going on here, so it becomes a viable alternative. So if we do that, I'm not going to be so worried about how it looks at the moment. We can change that as time goes on, but hopefully people are going to start coming off of here and taking that. Can I still add the sound barrier onto the outside of that again? I can. Let's go all the way up to there. We didn't have it on there. Yeah, excellent. So that should help with the amount of traffic that's going there. Going straight on just doesn't seem to be an issue. What happens here is we haven't got enough lanes. So we're going to go back into this one and just add a 3-lane onto here, just to sort of help with that. There we go. If we do it this way, we get a dedicated right, which is exactly what I want. There we go. And then we get some straight ons. These cars obviously still have to go through the roundabout because they've missed the chance to go through the bypass. I'll sort out all that in a bit. We seem to have a bit of a deadlock here because the trains are blocking the way. Which way are you going? Let's see. Yeah, you're going this way and you're being blocked by the... I mean, yeah, they're going to move eventually. I know that this is like horrendous. Real life is sometimes horrendous with the way things, roads and rails are set up. And I like the fact that it's all super busy. I know we could put this underneath the road and all of that, but I want to just work with what we've got and see if we can do that. I think I might just add this onto here as well. There we go. So we get that extra lane. There we go. Everybody's going. See, there we go. This is going down, which is good. We don't need the straight on one. That's fine. This could probably do to be an asymmetric. So it's 4-lane divided. So if we go for 5-lane and just upgrade that going in, we know it's going to add more options for getting around. We get a dedicated right-hand turn coming out of there. And I think very quickly, look at that. All this traffic is just going to go down, and now this can all move from up there, no problem at all. There's barely anybody stuck or coming through, and that's going to clear right up, isn't it? Look at that. That is brilliant. Okay, well, let's have a look at the next one up here and see what we can do in this little section. I'm just going to sort out that underground tunnel there first. Do you know what? Now we've got rid of that huge tailback down here, it's actually going through a lot better. I might just... Do we have a 1 and a 3? Or we could just... Yeah, that's what I want. I don't think we've got... So we've got the 3-lane asymmetric, which is... well, it should be in this one, which is basically what we're using. 4-lane asymmetric? There we go. That is what I want. So now we get a dedicated left through here, and then 2 straight on, which perfectly lines up with that. So that should go through. We could do the same on this side as well. Because what have we got at the minute? We've got 2 and 2. But 1 coming in and 2 going across. Let's just put the snapping on. Yeah, I think that's going to work really well. So we get the 1 straight over, which is what we've got there, and then the 2 right, which is what we've got there. So that is lining up perfectly. Oh, this is good. Asymmetrical roads for the win. Now, coming out of here, we've got the 2 lanes going in, which is what we've got down that end. But actually, that should be 2 lanes going out. So let's pick that, and we're going to upgrade it from like down here and face it the other way. So that's a lot better for going out. We've got... And what I do want is 1 left and 1 right, and not that. So we could use the lane connector tool there and say, you don't go there, you go there and there. We're going to remove U-turns. There's a roundabout just down there. You go there. I think that's much better. I'm not going to mess with anything else, to be honest, because that will be okay. That should help with that. I mean, that could become a roundabout. Oh, no, it's not going to become a roundabout. We've got that crossing right next to it. So we'll leave that. Then we come down here, and again, we're going to use an asymmetrical 5-lane, no, 4-lane. I want 3 lanes here, so maybe the 5-lane and the 2. Yeah, because then that 2 goes down to the 2 there, which is fine. And going into here, I'm going to do it the other way. Going into here, I'm going to go in, and going up there doesn't really matter. And then down here, that's fine. That's where it joins. Okay, we'll go back to that in a minute, and I could do the same there, just at the end. But I'm going to do it there as well, and the other way is fine. So we know coming in... No! Please go. Yep, I just got to do all of that again. BRB. And we're back. Do you know what? I mean, I don't mind the crashes because I am using mods, and, you know, you're just going to expect it from time to time. What's so frustrating is how long it takes the game to load afterwards. So, but I've got a lot of decals and asset packs and things. So, yeah. Anyway, every time it stutters, I'm like, is it going to crash again? So I've had 2 crashes since I saw you last. So that's all done. This is going down. This is going down. I've done this one, I think. We've got 3 lanes going in, 3 lanes going in, 3 lanes going in. Yeah. So then if we come down here, so this traffic that's going up here will just eventually go down, because this is all going to go down as well. So, yeah, that's good. This one down here, I think, could just do with a bit of work. So have we got 3? I can't see. 1, 2, 3. Yes, I can see. Yeah. I was focusing my eyes on the wrong bit. And we've got 2 there, but that's not too bad. But then coming out down here, this is struggling a bit. So these are being held up by all of this traffic coming up there. Just wondering whether we could just have a little bypass through here. I mean, we'd have to buy some land, eminent domain, this tree farm. And then all of this traffic coming from up here is basically what's in the city. I mean, it's not going to take much for one of these to go down and then everything else just sort of clears up. Let's just follow this along. So this is down to another roundabout, which I think we could possibly upgrade this again, like we did before with all the asymmetrical roads, give them extra options. So 5 lane, have to put anarchy on for that. 5 lane in there. Let's do that. So we've got more space for backing up. I'm going to do it there, which I think it already was anyway. That really could do with being a asymmetric road there coming out, and I'm just going to do the whole thing. That's only got 2 lanes, so that could do with being a 5 lane. I'm going to do it like that. And if you don't know, as soon as you do that, it adds more lanes to the roundabout as well. If I go for one of these, you look at the roundabout, it like grows and adds all these extra lanes on. So if this can just go through and get done, what have we got there? We haven't got like a crossing or anything. I don't know what these lines are. Oh, is there traffic lights there? There is traffic lights there. It has added a crossing. Oh, well, that's not going to help, is it? Okay, this is getting like to be a super long video. At some point, we're going to have to stop and then do a big traffic fix at another time. If you want to cross, you can walk all the way down there. That'd be okay for me, I reckon. And there's lights there, and there's another crossing here. So we're going to get rid of that one. That's just too many. Yep, thank you. So we just have this one. So that can all go a bit quicker. What's going on down here? That's got 3 lanes. So basically, yeah, there's a knock-on effect that I don't think right this second we're going to solve. So I'll tell you what we're going to do is we are going to do a massive big bypass around here. Let's look this way. Go to the sun and the clouds. We've got a lot of, where's my cursor so you can see? We've got a lot of traffic coming in through here, which just has to go through the city. Whereas this sort of smaller A road that's coming from outside, we could upgrade all of this to a highway. We can afford to buy all of those squares. Then we can have like a big old bypass that just goes around the whole thing and then comes back in again down here for this road going out the city, because all of this is pretty much free flowing. I just think that would be a good idea. And then that's going to solve like all of this traffic and all of this traffic, the 2 hotspots. How are we doing for the hearses? They pretty much all gone. There's a couple here, a couple there, a few ambulance ones, which are just stuck in the traffic. That is not too bad, actually. So if you take out the traffic, take out the ambulance ones, and then we've got a bit of it's so much better. And then also the high resource cost, there's like 3 or 4 there, a couple there. Most of them have gone. 1 or 2 down there, but I'm really pleased with the way that we've been able to use all of the extra stuff. I know what pack these are from now. I'm going to get those back in for next time. But yeah, I think overall that's not been too bad, but I'm just excited it's working and we've got more we can do next time. Wow, we got so much done today, and I'm over the moon that this city lives and will continue on. Subscribe for the monster motorway bypass / traffic fix next time. If you enjoyed this video, a thumbs up would be fantastic, and a heartfelt thank you to all of the patrons you see on the screen right now, particularly to Gareth as in Shareth, Nick T and Dan Franny, who are my latest 3 patrons. You, along with everybody else on my Patreon, can enjoy the brand new Timberborn Experimental 1.0 version, so go and check that one out. Episode 1 is free for anybody, so yeah, you can go and see that. I hope you all have a fantastic day. I'll see you all very soon for some more Kettlewick.